Okay. Let's begin. Hi, everybody. All right. I have a calendar of all the classes and what, what classes, excuse me, what, excuse me, what classes on what day. Let me see. Mariana, it's in a spreadsheet, Google Sheet. What's the best way to make it available?
What are you talking about? Which classes?
Sorry, something wrote these classes, ACI classes. What classes are on what day?
Mm. Mm-hmm. You can share it as a link. I mean, share the file and make it you only. Is it in Google? It's Google Sheet, right?
Yeah.
So let me see. I'll open one just to.
Yeah, I'll have to make a different file for that though, because this spreadsheet is private.
Ah,
There's
okay.
other stuff in it. Um,
So you can duplicate it then or just change. And there is a in the top right corner, there's the share button. And when you click on it, you can copy link. At the bottom, there is another button called copy link. And then you can set up access to anyone with the link, for example.
yeah, I know that too.
So
Just have to
let
make
me.
a different file, that's all.
Yeah.
Because it's in a table, so I can't just copy and paste it. It has to be in a table format. So it has to be in some file with a table. Hmm. All right, I'll figure it out. Anyway, because the translator asked what class it was, and I have a chart.
But actually, Daria sends reminders every day in the ACI chat, and
Okay.
she always says which class that is.
Oh
So
wow.
I
That's
can,
right.
maybe Daria can, yeah, just share a link to that chat in the chat here so that all translators can join too.
That's great. Okay. Thank you. I didn't know about that. All right, let's get started. Thanks for your patience. Mariana, you read question one.
Name the 10 non-virtues or paths of karma, which provide the basis for what is to be abandoned by following the vows of individual liberation, and describe them each briefly.
All right. What are the 10 non-virtues? Anybody? Just name.
It's like not saving life, stealing, right? That or not
Yeah,
respecting some
killing. Yeah,
property,
killing. Killing,
and
stealing. Mhm.
uh, sexual misconduct,
Yep.
then lying, Um, then I'm not sure with the English term, but when you like divide people with your speech or something like what?
Divisive speech. Uh-huh.
Divisive speech, then like rude speech or something like that. Mm, being rude.
Harsh.
Yeah,
Harsh.
harsh speech. Then um, like empty speech, is it the term? I'm not sure. Like when you spend your time on nonsense and also speaking nonsense,
Yeah, idle speech.
idle speech. Yes. Then envy. Uh, what else? Not like lack of compassion, like when something bad happens to anybody, and wrong views, like wrong perception or something. I'm struggling with the English words for that.
Yeah, wrong views. Wrong views.
Mhm.
That's right. Good. Okay, great. Um, yeah, killing. Yeah, just read this, Mariana.
Read that deeds performed with the body, killing, taking the life of any living thing, or inducing someone else to do so for you. This applies to each of those below also. Also suicide.
Yep. Uchen, try that, Mariana. You can read the under part.
Soktu.
Yep. Sok means life, and ch means to cut. And it just means killing, to cut off life or something. All right, go ahead, read this.
Stealing, taking anything of value without its being given to you, includes cheating on taxes, shady business deals, etc.
Yep. No more shady business deals, Mariana.
Meh.
Here's the Tibetan.
Ned Majinglen? Majinglen?
Majin Len.
Majinglen.
Len means to take, ma means not, and jin given. So to take what's not given to you. Uh-oh, everyone's favorite. Read this.
Yeah. Sexual misconduct, mainly adultery, but also oral, anal, or sex with any other place than the vagina, homosexuality, masturbation, sex with someone to whom you are related, or who is too young, or who is ordained, sex with a woman who is menstruating, or who is pregnant more than a month, or who has a very young infant whom they are breastfeeding, or sex with someone for whom it hurts, or who is sick with an illness that makes sex improper or in excess more than 5 times, or sex in an improper.
A day, not in your life.
I don't know. It
I
says
was going
more.
to ask if that was 5 times total. I'm like, well, uh-oh.
Or
That's why I
sex.
clarified. I felt people get scared. The list is already scary enough.
I was
Or
like,
sex in an
maybe
improper
this
place.
stuff isn't for me anyway.
Buddhism's no longer.
It was all good up to course 9, class 7. They said less than 5 times.
Okay, go ahead.
And what is a day anyway? Is it like 24 hours or 12? And no. Okay. Uh, or sex.
Mariana, asking for a friend. Go ahead.
Okay. Or sex in an improper place, such as near an altar or temple or lama. Lord Atisha also says in the daytime. So it's like 12 hours left or something even less.
Not in Alaska in the summer. Zero. Moving to Antarctica in the summer. Read this.
Lokium.
Yeah, Lopnium. Wrong. Wrong. Wrong conduct. Wrong sexual conduct. All right, the rest of the list aren't that heavy. Okay, you can relax.
Yeah. Horrible deeds performed with one's speech. Lying. Almost any kind of speech which gives the other person a mistaken impression.
Yeah.
Zonma.
Yeah.
Divisive speech. Talk intended to alienate two parties who are friends or enemies, and even if it is true. Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Trauma.
Yeah. Trauma.
Trauma.
Tra. Curl your tongue back. Tra.
Tra trauma.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Parata. Tra. All right. Good. Read this.
Harsh words. Words meant to hurt another person, even if they are nice words used in an intentionally hurtful way. Guilty of that. Mhm.
Yeah, I really do like your shirt today. I actually do like Mariana's shirt. You look nice.
Yeah, and you look really good in gray.
Do I?
Yes, of course.
Look at this. I went for it. I have three gray tones on today. All right.
Idle talk. Any kind of wasted speech, particularly reciting prayers while not thinking of their meaning, does not have to be directed towards anyone. Includes words spoken in arguments, criticism, disputes, reciting useless non Buddhist texts, useless joking, whining or complaining, gossip about politics, sex, etc., talk of someone engaging wrong livelihood.
Yep.
Nakil.
Yeah, not kill. Idle speech. Oh yeah, tsup. Words that are harsh. Tsup is harsh. Tra means to like break up, like particle. So make things into smaller pieces by your words. Chun means to lie. Ma means someone who speaks in that manner, basically. Okay, keep going.
Three bad deeds performed within one's mind. Craving. Wishing that you could obtain the desirable possessions or even personal characteristics, intelligence, health, fame, even spiritual, of another person. Five conditions should be complete. Excessive attachment to your own possessions, desire to accumulate more possessions, some acquaintance with others' desirable possessions, desire that they could become your own, being overcome by this desire without any shame or ability to stop it.
Yeah, this is the good kind of shame. Like you'd be ashamed to hurt people or think of them badly, not the negative kind of shame. Um, all right,
Napsam.
read that, please.
Napsam.
Yeah, nop is rare word. I think it means something like having desire for, but it's you only really see it in this word or this term. Sem means that type of mentality. Mm, um, yeah, yeah, Napa means like some kind of greed or something. Hold on, I'm double checking. Yeah, it means greed. Like really. Avarice, we say in English, is like a fancy word, like wanting things that exceed what you need or stuff like that. Okay, cool. Read this.
Ill will. Wishing something bad on another, rejoicing in other people's failures. Nu sem.
Yeah,
Sem.
yeah. Nipa means to harm. So thoughts or mentality which is harmful to them, to others, or th or wanting them to be harmed or not get what they want or
From
be happy for it. Go ahead.
wrong views. Harmful wrong worldviews, such as not believing in the laws of karma and its consequences, or past and future lives, or the three jewels.
Yeah,
Lokta.
yeah, lokta. Lok means backwards. We had it. Where did we have this lok before? 2 minutes ago in Loki.
Too
I know.
long ago.
What's that?
Too long ago.
Two, 2 minutes too long. All right, good. Yeah, and tha means view. Yeah. Okay, great.
Okay.
Geshe puts the 10 misdeeds like 7 times in the course. I think he wants you to know them. All right. FYI. All right. Thank you, Mariana. Thanks for hosting English class too. Anyone who gives me less work is a god. All right. Olya, would you like to read this?
Yes, I want. Thank you. Name the 3 repeat results for each of the above 10.
Yeah, ripened. Ripened. Olya, you.
Mhm.
Are we translating for her? Ripened. All right.
Ripened.
Okay, she got it. All right, what are the 3 ripened results for any path of karma?
Karmic path. Mhm.
She's on the delay
If
because
you
the translator. Anybody else answer? Does
if
anyone?
you have if you have hot seeds, you can reborn in a hell from middle in the Kevin spirit, and if you have um, leisure seeds, bad seeds, you reborn an animal.
Yeah, and we just had that in course 7, right? Wait, no.
Okay.
Was course 5 the last time we did that? I guess. Seems like yesterday. Um, yeah, course 5. Yeah, she's right. So, and there's some arguments about medium and lesser sometimes. Some people say medium is animal and lesser is craving spirit, because craving spirits suffer more but are smarter. So, anyway, it's not a good deal no matter what. Um, ooh, we're doing this. Okay. All right. Let's name the consistent consequences. All right, here we go. Name the 2 consistent consequences for each of the 10, following the sutra on 10 levels and similar works. Okay, killing. What are how do the seeds of killing ripen? By the way,
Worse.
if you don't know this list or some list like it, there's pretty much no way you can practice Buddhism. Seriously, because you don't know where anything's coming from and you basically can't stop doing the things that are creating the bad things or to create the good things in your life. So you have to memorize at least one correlations chart.
Get sick.
Yeah, I'm not done my rant. Um, Word made a list of all the correlations in all the books that I could find. Okay? Stop making faces, man. Um, that was the right face for it though. Where is that?
Short life. Maybe.
And I found like 450 of them. All right. So that's that's all I'm saying.
You
Okay,
have it
how?
still?
Huh?
You have the chart still that you can
It's a document. Sorry, I said chart. It's a document. Yes, I have it still.
can you share?
Oh, there it goes. I wasn't gonna offer. I was waiting to see if someone wanted it. Maybe. It's not edited, and I don't like putting stuff out there that's not edited because then
I can edit it.
word on number 336, there's a mistake.
That's what I would do, but I can edit it for you.
Okay. I'll think about it.
I-
It's the only compilation in the world of this chart. Okay, how? Your turn. Name the two consistent consequences for each of the 10.
Yeah. Uh, the number one is killing is you can get sick easily.
Yeah, get sick easily. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And maybe your life is short.
Yeah, shorten life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe mm, just a little bit energy.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Not a lot of life force, sickness, short life. That's how, yeah, life is short and you get sick easy. Good. For stealing, what's the two consistent consequences?
Maybe you don't have enough money like for your life,
Yep.
and maybe you have easy to lose your property.
Yeah. Well, I forget which one it is, but one of them is even if you have stuff, it's not yours. Like you have to borrow things or use other people's things.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Yeah, common property. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, you don't have enough to live on, and what you do have is all just common property with others. Yeah, which is annoying. Nobody likes that. Everybody wants their own stuff. Um, and by the way, this stuff is only bad or from a negative deed if you're upset about it. Okay? It's not self-existently bad to have a short life. What if you have a crappy life? You want it to be short. Okay, sexual misconduct.
Sexual misconduct, maybe you can get like a lot of competitive with your partner.
Yeah, there's a lot of competition for your partner.
Yeah.
And what else?
And maybe like the people around you not like unreliable.
Yeah. Huh, that's what I did. Joking, not joking. Yeah, unreliable people.
And also, oh, okay.
What?
No, I was thinking that like you have filth or all around you, and
That's
it's
that's
not
the
good.
environmental.
Okay.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Geshe just asked for the consistent ones, but there's also where you're reborn, the habits that it creates, and the environmental. This is just a consistent one. Um, yeah, I was thinking about the filth thing too, but I was like, that's environmental. I'm not gonna say that, Mom. Um, all right. Number 4 is lying.
Lying, maybe no one believe you when you say the truth.
That's true. People don't believe you, even when you're telling the truth. Yep.
Yeah. And maybe they like deceiving you.
Yeah, people around you deceive you. Um, yeah.
Also, things don't work as they should. I believe like physical things.
Isn't that
That
for idle speech?
I don't know. I always connected it to lying. Like you don't live up to things. That's why
Mm,
physical things also do not do their job. I don't know. They lie to you about how they're supposed to work, like that kind of thing. But
mm.
okay, I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay. No one believes what you say, even when you're speaking the truth, and others are always deceiving you. I used to live this life. When I was a kid, when I was a little boy, I used to lie a lot. Um, and I remember being 5 and thinking I couldn't remember if my lie, well, I couldn't remember what the truth was. I was like, wait, what actually happened? And then I was like, that's not good. You know? And I realized lying is bad. I didn't stop right away, but you know. All right, next. Next is I divisive speech?
Devices speech like you you can like lose your friend or people around you like always fighting each other.
Yep. They're all divided and stuff.
Mm.
Yeah. And they have an undesirable character. Uh,
Mm.
I was in LA recently and I was going to a friend's house and I was like, "Oh, I'll just take the bus." I took the subway in LA for the first time ever in 20 years of going to LA. And I love subways, so it was fun, but it didn't go all the way to my friend's house, so I went we had to transfer on a bus, me and my daughter Sophia. And and I just, I followed the map or whatever, the and we got off and we were in like the hood, like a really bad neighborhood. And I was like, okay, which is fine. I didn't have a big problem with that, but so I was in the hood for like 15 minutes waiting for the bus, and I was just looking around. I was like, wow. It's like a different reality, you know? Um, it's sad to see. There was so many just poor people, unhoused people. I didn't see any violence, but it felt like there could be violence at any moment kind of feeling. Um, so yeah, some people just live like that their whole lives. The most annoying thing in my life is when someone reminds me about emptiness. You know? Stop talking about emptiness so much. You don't care about my feelings. Okay? Um, so I'm constantly surrounded by amazing people who just want to study Dharma and do yoga and, help people. Um, okay, so I guess that's the karma of me constantly doing things to bring people together, which I have done my whole life. So yay! All right, next, how?
The next one is the hot top. You will get like the best of.
Say, I,
Uh,
I didn't understand you. Say again.
the best of. You hear thing as a best of, and
Best solve? I don't understand that word.
bad bad is not
Oh,
good.
oh, a bad sound.
Best of, yeah.
Oh, I'm like, bad sound. I'm like, okay, bad sound. Um, okay. Yes, it's true. Yeah, things sound harsh to you. Good. And what was the other one?
And maybe many unpleasant thing you hear.
Yes, true. Yeah. This is my worst bad deed presently, and I'm sorry, everybody. I can be harsh sometimes, I know. Uh, and people do sound unpleasant to me regularly. Like just talking to me, I'm just like, ah, stop talking. It's so annoying. Um, so the Buddha was right. All right. You hear many unpleasant things, and when others talk to you, it always seems as if they want to start a fight. Yeah. Not quite start a fight, but I kind of want to start a fight, so I guess that's close. All right. Next, how? Next is idle speech.
idle speech. Maybe your kid will not listen to you.
Yes. What's the
And
other one?
maybe no one respect you. Well, respect what you say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y-
Okay. I think this is one that I do not do. I did know this lady once, and it was very strange. She would say things, and it was as if no one heard her. But I would hear her, and I would hear her say it, and then I would watch, and it was just like no one would listen, like no one would actually even hear the words. And even if they did hear the words, they'd be like, "Oh, it's her," you know? But she would talk kind of nonsensically. So she'd be like, "Ah," and I'm like that's why people don't listen to her because she just kind of babbles or just kind of is like floaty and weird sometimes. Do you understand? Like
Yeah.
I've seen this one. And I had another friend um in high school and part of college. Um and he would just say stuff all the time. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And he would never do it. Like almost anything he said. Um and his whole life fell apart. It's like he could not make anything happen for himself. And at some point I was like stop talking. Like stop saying things you're gonna do and don't do them. Which was harsh speech, which is my bad karma. Um, but he ended up on drugs and for years and had a horrible time. I saw him for the first time in 20, almost 25 years recently, and he looked horrible. And I honestly, I think the number one thing that happened to him was idle speech. That was the thing that brought him down more than anything, you know? You know, and drugs. All right. Next. I craving or covetousness is next. What are the two for that? How?
Yeah, you will like always feel like one more and you never satisfy what you have.
Yeah, this is annoying. No one oh, we already said this. Sorry, I didn't read it. No one respects what you say. No one thinks what you say, excuse me, has any particular value, and you are afflicted with a lack of confidence. By the way, I'll teach you magic, okay? Um, one of the greatest things you can do if you want your magic to work is don't talk about what you're gonna do, okay? Talk about what's happening, talk about what you've done when it's relevant, and only talk about the things you want to see happen with the relevant parties, all right? I mean, if you need to chat with a friend a little for fun, of course. Um, but in general, if you want to see stuff happen, don't talk about it. All right. People are like, Word, what are you doing? I'm like, not much. Okay. Like that. All right. I mean, don't lie, but need to know basis. Okay. This is what Hal just said. Your personality is dominated by desire, and you're never satisfied with what you have. So, yeah, don't do that one. We're running out of time. What's the next one? How?
The next one is you when you need help and nobody will help you, and maybe you being hurt by others.
Yeah, your mind has always been on harm.
Yeah.
You are always finding yourself without help or never find the help you need, and you're always hurting others or always being hurt by others. Yeah. I think this is especially important in politics and wars and stuff like that. Like, yeah, you want peace, but that doesn't mean you want the other person. That doesn't mean the other person needs to suffer. Okay? And it's hard. I remember a few years ago, Donald Trump got COVID, and one of my friends was like, "Yeah, good. He deserves it." And I'm like, it felt so bad. I was like, "Oh man." I was like, and they kind of looked at my face and they were like, "Don't you think so?" I'm like, "No. I mean, I don't want him to hurt other people, but that doesn't mean he needs to get hurt either, you know?" So that's different. You got to be careful. And what's the last one?
The last one is if you have wrong view, you can like be a person always keep the harmful view.
Yeah, exactly. Um, and it makes sense. Well, if yeah, you become a person who keeps harmful views or a deceitful person, it makes sense. If you don't have correct view, then you're fighting with reality all the time, and you have to like lie, or it turns into kill or be killed, or just this life. I mean, that's part of the problem. If you don't believe in karma, you don't believe in a future life, then killing people makes the most sense. Getting the most stuff you can in this life makes the most sense. Hurting people makes more sense than helping people. And that's why people say that. Like, I'm nice to people and I don't get anything. Those people are mean and they have everything. Therefore, I should be mean. I should hurt people, right? I mean, it's pretty much the argument of every supervillain in every Marvel movie. So, like, if you don't just watch Marvel. How many more is left? Oh my God, we're running out of time. All right, I have to read them. Sorry, I'm having too much fun. Uh, Thank you, Hal. Very good. Um, Number 4, great lamas of the past have described the consistent consequence in a different way. Describe it. They say that the consistent consequence also involves the habit of enjoying the particular wrong deed, of having a natural attraction towards it. By the way, Marianne, I sent you that document. All right. Um, it has to be organized by category. It's a little complicated. Because it's different charts. One of the charts is this one with 4 different one for each of the 10 deeds. The second chart is from the Crown of Knives, which has the cause, um, effect, the karma, the thing you get, and the antidote for each. And the last, 400 are from the Karma Vibhanga. Um, uh, and it's organized in different ways by category. So, you know, you play with it, okay? But it's a good resource. I need it for upcoming events. So, okay, describe the environmental consequence of performing each of the 10. Now, Mariana, okay? The following answers are taken directly from the Great Book on the Steps of the Path by Jason Kappa. Mike Hoffman, you read because you can read relatively fast.
1. The consequence of killing expresses itself in the outer world around you. Food, drink, medicine, the crops in the fields, and other such things have very little power. They are always inferior. They have little nutrition or potency. They are hard to digest. They cause disease in you. Because of this, the majority of the living beings around you die before reaching the end of a full life.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you've traveled, there's countries that are more like that and countries that are less like that. All right. So it's a thing. Read this.
Because you have stolen, then the crops are few and far between. The crops have no power to remove hunger. They spoil, they never come up. Dry spells stay on too long. It rains too much. The crops dry up or die off.
Yeah. Crops meant money back then, okay? You can just say money for all this. Then your money is few and far between. Your money has no power to remove your hunger. Your money, your investments spoil. They never raise, blah, blah, blah. It's just resources. All right, Mike Hoffman.
Because you have done wrong sex, you live in a place where there is urine and feces all around, and mud and dirt and filth, and everything stinks, and everywhere seems unpleasant and distasteful.
Yeah, you get it.
Baltimore?
I was thinking the Tenderloin, uh, Kensington.
Yeah,
There's a few places in the States. Yeah. Yeah, parts of Baltimore, I'm sure. All right.
West Baltimore.
Mike lives in Baltimore, just so you're not just bashing a random city. He's
I'm
bashing.
hating on my own city.
It's fine. As long as it's yours, it's fine. Read
Because you have lied, you live in a world where when you undertake farming or some work in cooperation with other people, in the end, the work fails to prosper, and the people can't work well together. And for the most part, everyone is cheating one another and is afraid, and where there are many things to be afraid of.
Dude, I went to my mechanic in Phoenix a few years ago, and I was with my homie, and I was like talking to the mechanic. I had some minor things like an oil change and stuff. Um, I forget there was some other thing wrong, and the mechanic's like, "Oh, I thought this was the problem, but it's gonna cost you like $100 less, you know?" And he fixed it. Whatever. We were driving home, and my friend's like, most people's mechanics try to steal from them, right? Yours just gave you money back. I was like, I didn't even think about that. So don't lie. Okay, go ahead.
Because you have split people up with your talk, the very ground and the place you live is all uneven, covered with crags and gullies, full of highs and lows, so that you can travel only with difficulty, and where you are always afraid, and there are many things to be afraid of.
Yeah, there used to be well, there still is. There's a Dharma center in California where the road is, or was, I don't know nowadays, was all split and stuff. And Geshe taught this there, and they're all like, oh, that's what we did. Yeah. Uh, this is for people who live in Arizona. Go ahead.
Because you have spoken harsh words, the ground where you live is covered with obstacles like the trunks of fallen trees, and thorns, and stones, and clods of dirt, and lots of sharp, broken pieces of glass. It's rough and dreary, no streams or lakes, or springs of water. The whole earth is parched, poisoned with salt and borax, burning hot, useless, threatening, a place where there are many things to fear.
Hey, I like Arizona.
Scorpions and snakes and
And tarantulas. Oh my.
cactuses.
Cacti everywhere.
Cacti.
Is it bad karma if you like it though? Read this.
Because you have talked meaninglessly, fruits refuse to grow on the trees, or they start to grow at the wrong times, never at the right times, and seem ripe when they're still not ripe, or their roots are frail, or they can't stay long. There are no places to take your leisure, no parks, no glades, no pools of cool water, and many things around to make you afraid.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. If you speak meaninglessly or idle speech, mm, yeah, things just don't happen for you. Things don't happen. I think about it like that. All right, this one, Mike.
Because you have coveted what others have, then each and every good thing you ever manage to find starts to get worse and worse, less and less with the passing of each of the four seasons, and in every month, and even day by day.
Aren't like four of the Ten Commandments of Christianity about coveting? Aren't they?
Yeah, there's a lot of coveting in there. Coveting neighbor's goods, coveting neighbor's wife, coveting.
Right? Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Right? Hold on. Yeah, why did God focus on coveting so much? Oh, I guess coveting's just one, but there's a lot of coveting in that one. All right. I'm looking at the Ten Commandments. Oh, it's just one. It just says you shall not covet. Number 10. That's not how I remember it. Oh well. Yeah, don't covet. All right, what else shouldn't we do, Mike?
Because you have wished bad things on others, you live in a world of chaos, where diseases spread, and evil is everywhere, and plague and conflict and fear from the armies of other nations, where there are many lions or leopards or other dangerous animals, where there are everywhere venomous snakes or scorpions. Oh, here we go. Everywhere venomous snakes or scorpions or poison biting worms, surrounded by harmful spirits and thieves or muggers and the like.
Dude, my friends, I knew some people who went to Central America. I forget what country, maybe Nicaragua. But anyway, they were like hanging out on the beach and they didn't know there's this like fly on the beach that like bites you and like bores into your skin or something. So like no one hangs out on the beach because there's like horrible biting insects or something. So yeah. Uh, don't be happy for people when they get stuff, okay? Okay, 10, Mike.
Because you have held wrong views, then you live in a world where the single highest source of happiness is steadily disappearing from the earth. A world where people think that things are unclean and things that are suffering are actually nice and happy. A world where there is no place to go, no one to help, nothing to protect you.
That's called 2025. Except for the Dharma. All right, everybody. Was that it? Want to make sure. That was it, right? Okay. Okay, that's it. Thank you for
Thank
coming.
you, teacher.